For real, niggas who ain't got no feelings. Check it out now.
Welcome back to the kitchen. I know I said it was going to be a week or so before we had another video, but I did some thinking, and I'm making a couple side dishes tomorrow for Easter for family. So, I figured to myself, why not just go ahead and film those as well? This video is going to be a lot shorter. You guys know enough about me now. I'm trying to get to know you. Thank you for all the comments and everything you're leaving on YouTube. So let's just jump right into what we're going to do. Easter is typically a heavy dinner, so what we're going to do is make something a little lighter, a little healthier, that's not as heavy on the stomach, so you can enjoy more things there at the table. We're going to do creamy cauliflower mash. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this from start to ending. I haven't prepped anything or anything, so you guys can just watch how I do this as we go. So let's talk about what we got on our board. First off, you'll notice the board isn't here, and I want to talk about that real quick. Safety. I see a lot of people, they've got their cutting board out and it's moving and stuff like that. So just a tip, grab some paper towels, take them, run them under some water, get them wet, squeeze that moisture out, take them, unfold them back out, put them down. Doesn't have to be pretty. Take your board, put it right on top. That way your board's not going anywhere when you're using your knife. Just a little tip. So we're gonna jump right into it. We got our knife, we got our cauliflower, we got our mise en place, it's ready to go. So let's get started. All right guys, here we go. So the first thing we need to do is break down this cauliflower. I'm gonna show you the quickest way I know how to break it down. If there's another way out there that you guys know it's faster, let me know, because there's no wrong or right way to do this. This is just the way I do it, the way I've been taught. Don't worry about opening this package up. Just cut right through it. Go ahead and get this cauliflower out. Another good thing to think about is another variation of this. I'll throw my trash in there, I'll get it once I get this going on the stove. Another good thing, a variation to think about with this, try it with green cauliflower. Use orange cauliflower, purple cauliflower. It's all in the stores now. Vary it up. They say you eat with your eyes first. Make it look really attractive. So sometimes when you get cauliflower, you see these brown spots. It's fine, it's not bad or anything. If you don't like it, you can just cut it right off. Before I get cutting, let's talk a little bit about holding your knife. This is the wrong way to hold your knife, by this handle like that. You want more control. I don't have a lot of control when I start cutting. I don't have a lot of control like that. The best way to hold your knife is take it, you're gonna grab it right here, so you have control of the entire blade. Everywhere you go, I'm controlling it. All right, so the first thing with this cauliflower, you wanna get this core out. This is really easy to do. Watch your hands. You're gonna have this little piece right here. Bam. Get rid of that. Right here, same thing. Now we don't have to worry about, when we put this in the pot, we don't necessarily have to worry about are the sizes all the same, evenness of the cooking. The reason is we're gonna boil all of this till it's fork tender anyway. And once it's done with that, we're gonna puree it pretty much. So we're gonna break it all the way down regardless. So I'm not really worried about, is this size the same as the next? Is this gonna cook evenly? I would worry about that if I was roasting it. If I was roasting the cauliflower, I'd be more concerned about, the sizes. But for this, we're just gonna chop it down. We're gonna throw it in our pot. I want you guys to, really see what kind of a fast recipe this is. The longest part about this is actually just, cooking the cauliflower till it's fork tender, knife tender. Like I said, this is healthier. It's lighter on the stomach. It gives you the same consistency and mouthfeel as mashed potato, but obviously it's lighter and it's healthier because obviously we cut out the potato. Now we are using some cream and some butter. You can use a little Parmesan if you want. We might top it with that a little bit later when we do the final product. Because I'm gonna plate this up for you guys too, just to, you know, we'll talk just really quickly on presentation and things to make it look better on the plate. This would actually go really good with, if you guys tuned in and saw my filet mignon video, this would have went really well with filet mignon. You could have sat the filet mignon right on top of it. It would have looked fantastic. So almost done with this cauliflower, this last piece right here. Okay, there we go. For time's sake, I'm gonna clean this up in a second. But I wanna show y'all what we're gonna do here. All right, so we got our pot of cauliflower, right? Make sure you wash your hands before we start. I did. All right, so what are we gonna add to this? We're gonna start this just like mashed potatoes. We're gonna start this with cold water, and we're actually gonna have cold water and milk. We're gonna add milk to it just to you know, enhance the creaminess. These are two 12-ounce bottles of whole milk. The reason I have little bottles of whole milk is my wife doesn't drink whole milk, so only I do. So I'll get her the bigger of skim, and I'll use the whole milk. So that's one. This is gonna feed, we got 5 or 6 people coming over tomorrow. This should be more than enough. So we got 2. What you wanna do is just get it about halfway through this, or I'm sorry, about halfway, half water, half milk. So then what we're gonna do is take cold water, and we're gonna fill that right up. Look at that, we're at 5 minutes right now. We're flying. Almost there. Okay, we can stop that. All right. So we've got our milk, we've got water. Now, I'm not doing any advertisements for brands, but this is Knorr chicken bouillon. This stuff works really well. I like this instead of buying cans of chicken stock or cartons of chicken stock, because this right here, obviously it's concentrated, it's powder, 1 teaspoon for 1 cup. So I get a lot more chicken stock out of this than I would a can or a carton. A can usually don't even, you know, a lot of that goes to waste, so this is a lot better. So this right here, we had two bottles of milk, that's 24 ounces. We added some water, so I'm gonna guesstimate on this. I don't use teaspoons, tablespoons, so I'm gonna tell you to add, we'll do about 8 teaspoons, 8 small handfuls. That's one thing you really won't find in a kitchen, a restaurant kitchen at least, is measuring spoons or measuring cups, because that stuff just takes too long. Unless, let me preface that, unless you are in a baking kitchen, a patisserie kitchen, then that stuff there is all science. And yeah, you're gonna use it. So there we go. We'll do salt and pepper last. We'll do that once everything's done. So we got our bouillon in there, we got milk, water. We're gonna add some thyme sprigs just to give it a little more flavor. Then I've got some bay leaf here in the fridge. We can add a couple of bay leaves. They don't have to be fresh. I happen to have fresh bay leaf, but you are more than welcome to use dry bay leaf. Don't worry about these being caught up in there, because we're gonna strain all this. You'll be able to get all this stuff out. When this starts boiling, the thyme and all this stuff's gonna start fall off the sprigs, so that'll be good. We're gonna do 3 cloves of garlic. We're adding this now because we don't wanna add it at the end, because if this as long as this cooks with the cauliflower, we're gonna cook the rawness out of it. You know that raw garlic taste? Well, that's not too pleasant in this dish, so we don't want the raw garlic taste. We wanna have a garlic taste, but not have it so pronounced. Actually, we really don't want it that pronounced at all. Just, you know, the video that I did on the steak the other day, I said the word pincé. We're just gonna enhance the flavor. We're gonna pincé it. That's it, guys. That's all that's going in here. We'll just mix this up a little bit. I'm gonna throw it on the stove. We're gonna let it go for, once it comes to boil, it's gonna go for 8 to 10 minutes, just until fork tender. And I'm gonna show you where we're at when we get there. But I'm gonna go ahead and get on the stove, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. This cauliflower, I can't even begin to tell you how good it smells. And we haven't even touched the cream and the butter yet, but it's been going for 10 minutes. Try to show you what I mean by fork tender. You wanna try to find one of the bigger pieces, because that means if the bigger piece is done, then all of it's gonna be done. See how your fork goes right in there? That's what we mean by fork tender. You can use a knife as well. It's falling apart. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna strain this. When I get done straining it, I'm gonna throw it right back in this same hot pot. I'm gonna take it off the heat, but I'm gonna throw it right back in this pot, because the remaining heat that's still, contained within the pot, when I pour the cauliflower back in, it's gonna steam off whatever moisture I have left in there, try to get, the remaining water out of the cauliflower. So I'm gonna get that done, and we'll see you right back here in a couple of minutes. All right, guys, we're back. We got everything all strained out. We're ready to go. We got it back in the same pot. As you can see, some of that thyme and stuff has just come off and, come right off the sprig in there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit it with butter, cream, salt, little pepper. We'll just add a couple pats of butter, a couple tablespoons of butter at first. Remember, when you're cooking, you can always add, but you can't take away. So start slow at first. You don't wanna, add too much butter initially and then not be able to come back from that. So we got butter and salt. We got some heavy cream right here. We're gonna add some of that. All right, now, this is the most important tool besides my hands that I have in my kitchen. This stick blender right here I've had for 3 years. My mother-in-law gave it to me, and it's been running like a champ ever since. These guys only run about 60, 70 bucks. If you don't have one of these, that's fine. You can use a blender, food processor. If you don't have any of those, you can use a potato masher, old school. But this just makes it fast, and it gets everything broke down a lot easier. So we're gonna start low with this. Careful, some of this will start to, right when you first start, will shoot out if you're not careful. So we're just gonna start breaking all of this down. You can see that it just turns it a whole different consistency. It starts to get to that mashed potato type look. You want to get it really smooth, just like you had a potato puree or any other type of puree. You get it really smooth. Let's add some more cream. Again, I said this is healthier. I didn't say it was healthy. We just took out the potato. There we go. See how that's loosened up like that? Got little bits flying everywhere that the dogs are gonna take care of one on one. Another thing I recommend, make sure you guys taste as you go. That was one of my big faults early when I started cooking, was I wasn't tasting as I went, because I wanted to be surprised at the end of the cooking to see how good it was, and that's not the way to go, because you wait till the end to taste when you're already serving and it's bad. Well, it's too late. All right, so let's give this a taste. Look at that. Look at the consistency. We're gonna add a little bit more. I think the butter's fine. That was 2 tablespoons. A little bit more salt. Just a touch more cream. And then we'll actually turn this stick blender up just a little bit. pulses. Looks just like mashed potato. All right, guys, we're done with that. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead and plate just a little bit of this up for you, kind of give you the final product. I'm gonna actually use this tomorrow, so I'm gonna cool it down, throw it in the fridge for a little while, let it come all the way down, so it's not, giving off steam anymore, and then I'm gonna cover it up. I'll just reheat it for tomorrow. I'm big on doing things in advance. Causes less of a headache the next day. But we're done with this right now. I'm gonna plate a little bit of it up and let you guys see the final product. We'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm just gonna do a quick little plating, like if you were gonna give this to as a little side dish for somebody. Take a little bit. I had another taste of this as I cut and put some stuff away, and I'll tell you what, this stuff almost gives mashed potatoes a run for its money. So if you notice while we're making it, I didn't add pepper. It'll kind of make it, I don't know, you add black specks in there. You can add pepper at the end if you want. I'm not gonna add any right now, but so you saw we cooked with the thyme, so we can add just a, little bit more chopped thyme to the plate. Then if we really wanna set it off, microplane. This is good for zesting, cheeses, ginger, garlic. You can pick this up at Walmart for less than 10 bucks. Hit it with a little fresh grated Parmesan right at the end. Bam, there you go. That is creamy cauliflower mash. This happens to have a little bit of extra chopped thyme and fresh Parmesan there at the end. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, lighter, healthier. Not healthy, just healthier than adding the potato and everything. Again, if you guys have any suggestions or comments, want to leave me some feedback, some positive or negative, I'm here to take it. I really appreciate you taking the time out to be with me here while I prep this. Thank y'all, and I'll see y'all again. Peace.
Your eyes for real, niggas who ain't got no feelings. Check it out now.